So this is something I don't often do, but I wanted to do a reading from my book, Sour Roots, which actually you can get for free right through BookFunnel just for signing up. So what I'm going to do is read you a short little chapter. It's called The Night Visitor. Fletcher stared at his windowsill. His mother's sobbing wafted through the Davis home. He rose from his nightly perch and traversed the hallway. Outside his mother's door, he stalled while staring at the knob. She'd been sobbing for hours, sometimes crying out in sudden fits. Another of her loud outbursts rang out. Fletcher lifted his chin, opening his mouth slightly, and employed his throat to mimic the distraught noises she was making, at a volume concealed by the tenor of her grief. A small smile formed on his lips. He copied her pitch verbatim. He understood why this was happening, that he'd been cast to play a small role in the current drama. For the first time in his life, he was an integral part of something important. He'd often been dismissed, expected to live in shadow, disallowed from leaving the property with the others. "It's for your own good," they'd say. Secrets. They'd always kept so many secrets from him. Now he had one of his own. His grin stretched wider, an involuntary snicker passing from his lips. His mother's crying abruptly stopped. A few seconds later, she called out, "Fletcher?" Her hobbled voice was hoarse, the rawness of her throat evident. Fletcher turned the handle, opening the door. An expanding sliver of light passed over the bed, faintly illuminating his mother. She lay in a wrinkled nightgown that clung to her clammy skin. Sheets strewn about, curled in a pitiful ball. She looked as though she had aged a decade in a little over 24 hours. Her silky dark brown hair was disheveled and appeared interspersed with more gray hair than Fletcher remembered. A dark semicircle surrounded her flushed face on the pillow. Deep-set wrinkles had formed around her mouth, sculpted by her suffering. "Fletcher, why are you still awake?" "She'll come to me, Ma. If I wait for her, she'll come." "Oh, Fletcher." Gertrude's voice broke, tears freely streaming from her eyes. "I know you don't understand this yet, but baby, something awful has happened. Thelma and Myrtle ain't coming home this time." Her chest racked with grief, and her sobs grew louder. As if uttering the words aloud, she cut herself even more deeply with the piercing finality of it all. Fletcher cocked his head at her curiously. "No, Ma, not Thelma and Myrtle. She's already taken them home." Gertrude's face twisted awkwardly, her bloodshot eyes growing wider. She sniffled, then composed herself enough to question him. "What do you mean, Fletcher? Like an angel taking them to heaven?" "No, Ma, she took them home, to Grief Holler." Gertrude jutted upright in bed, a dash of hope flitting through her features. "Who, Fletcher? Who took them to Grief Holler?" He flashed a small smile as he thought about his new friend. "The woman from the mist." Gertrude's eyes clouded with confusion. She got up from bed and hurried to Fletcher. Clasping his shoulder, she looked deeply into his eyes. "This is really serious, Fletcher. How would you know about this?" He grinned wider. "She told me so. She tells me a lot of things." A hint of alarm registered on Gertrude's face before vanishing as quickly as it had appeared. Her tone grew stern. "This isn't funny, Fletcher. It's cruel. Why would you say this to your mama and hurt me so?" "But it's true. She took him home to Grief Holler. She wants to take us too. You, me, Pa, all of us. She says she has made a place for us there." "Stop it, Fletcher." Gertrude's glare cut into him. Her frail body trembled on unsteady foundation. "Go back to bed, right now." Fletcher's wide grin dissipated. He turned and walked away. His mother closed the door on the exchange. They never believed anything he said. Not like his new friend. He shared all his secrets with her, and she wanted to know, and she even confided in him. Told him things he wasn't allowed to retell. Good friends, such as they were, didn't spill each other's secrets. Fletcher returned to his bedroom, sat rigid on his bed, and waited for his friend to arrive. So that was a reading of a chapter from my new novella, Sour Roots. It's actually a prequel to the Tear Collector, which is going to actually re-release here in the next few days as Tears of Grief Hollow. And then I have a sequel to that coming, Ghosts of Grief Hollow, which is coming out October 18th. So very excited about that. But I'd love for you to check out this prequel. Again, the prequel is completely free to you. You can get it through BookFunnel, and I will post that in the comments here. And then you can download whichever version is to your liking. So whether you have a Kindle, a Nook, or any other type of e-reader, you'll be able to find the format that works best for it. So hope you have a good day. Hope you check out Sour Roots, and we'll talk soon.